Thank you for watching. This is the second video review that I've done for Mean Streets Movies, and this review is for David Ayer's Fury, which I saw um, yesterday. I will get back to writing um, proper reviews. It's just right now I'm working a lot, and this is kind of an easier and novel way of doing it, and it's quite enjoyable. So I hope you find it enjoyable and insightful too. So thanks for watching. Let's start with um, David Ayer, whose previous film Sabotage with Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't do so well. It was a heavy, husking, violent kind of film, um, and thankfully the only thing that have passed on from Sabotage to Fury is that aggressiveness, which works well here. David Ayer wrote Training Day, probably what he's still most famous for, which I'm a huge champion of. I think Training Day is a borderline masterpiece. I know not a lot of people will agree with me, but it's my film, but not yours. So, Fury is set in April 1945. It's towards the end of, well, it's more or less the very end of World War II, and it is when the Allies have reached Germany and are moving across Germany, and Hitler has basically mobilised every able body, regardless of sex and age, to fight for the Nazis. So it stars Brad Pitt, John Bernthal, Shia LaBeouf, and Michael Pena as a group tasked with manning this one tank that's called Fury. And after the death of their right-hand driver, young he's a typist, Logan Lerman, is drafted to their tank. So it's got a loose plot really, and it kind of just focuses upon the relationship between these guys in this metal coffin, as it's referred to in the film on occasion. Now, the look of the film has a very obvious kind of connection to Saving Private Ryan, which a lot of war films nowadays do, with Saving Private Ryan being such a bar setter. The cinematographer who worked with David Ayer on End of Watch, Roman Vassianov, I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. He gives Fury the same kind of washed out steel grey look that Saving Private Ryan had, kind of when the colour is drained from your face. That's the look that these films have, and it's not the only time that Fury resembles or gets close to Saving Private Ryan. But rather than a contemporary, it kind of acts as a like its upstart younger brother. So, the first thing that struck me about Fury is the fury of the piece. It's very violent. However, the first initial problems come with the aggression. It kind of fluctuates between being earnest and very primal, very real, to almost a slight variation of grandstanding almost. It goes from this very horrific injury detail, some extremely somber moments, to almost some like comic book inflected set pieces. So it's a bit jarring on occasion. Some of the bravado maybe doesn't sit well as some of the more subtle moments. I mean, they're not subtle, but they have a kind of a realism to it that, say, the third act, for instance, definitely does not. But the whole film kind of has this very masculine posturing kind of weight to it. It's like a proud mashup of the war genre, and it doesn't try to do anything new. In fact, it actually kind of lovingly embraces cliche. and which on occasion works for it, on other occasions begins to feel a little worn, such as with the characters. Now it's a wonderfully acted film, uh, everyone in it, but the characters could be called stock characters. You have John Bernthal, he's a bit of a brute. You have Shia LaBeouf, he's a religious man. You have Michael Pena, who is slight, he's slightly sensitive, but he's also got maybe problems with alcohol. You have Brad Pitt being very stoic, basically being Aldo Rain from Inglourious Basterds, but without the lunacy. And then there's Logan Lerman, who is the wet behind the ears rookie. So they are characters that we've seen a lot. However, it will be a disservice to not mention how good they actually are and how much the heightened mannerisms and the little nuances that are brought to these characters, because they do pull it through, especially Logan Lerman. This is Logan Lerman's film. He's never really stood out in anything for me as of yet, but this is a star-making performance. It's worth going to see Fury for Logan Lerman. So, you know, it's a powerful film on occasion. There's early scenes that are very uncomfortable to watch. I'm just checking my notes. But you know, David Ayer really can shoot action well. We've seen that at the end of Watch, the Jake Gyllenhaal, Michael Pena film, which was really full on and frantic. You may think that a tank battle, for instance, couldn't be exciting because of the pace, but that's completely, that's the cat. That's completely blown out the water, so to speak. There's a tank battle with 3 Americans against 1 German Tiger tank, and it is absolutely supreme cinema the way it's shot. It's visceral, it's aggressive, it's fast, and it's beautifully edited, and it could be the highlight of the film. Some moments are slightly misjudged. There's a moment earlier on with Logan Lerman and Brad Pitt, and they encounter 2 young German girls. It's got maybe some problematic issues. I won't go into them because it's a bit of spoiler territory. But that scene is rather botched, unfortunately, and it's raw with tension and violence undercurrents of it, but it is a bit botched. Its grasp on morality is a bit odd. It very focuses much on hero worship and things like that. The idea of good and evil, that's everything. But it's difficult when David Ayer has kind of cast the Germans as faceless cannon fodder. Basically, it doesn't really humanise the other side, and that's something Saving Private Ryan did very well. It humanised war, but it would be lazy to keep comparing it to Saving Private Ryan. So overall, I thought it's a very positive film. There's some real powerhouse moments, and it is probably David Ayer's best film as a director to date. I would definitely watch it again. I think it needs watching again. So thanks for watching, and it's another recommendation. Definitely check out Fury if you can. Thanks for watching.